A very good day to you, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to yet another episode of the Crypto Compass, where I am delivering you daily updates on the Bitcoin chart for the duration of about 3.5 weeks. Right now, we are just in our second week, and boy, has it been pretty good. Today, I want to address just a few things that I just want to mention in regards to trading, because lately we obviously have been in a very tight range. And if you have been following this series, I think you might have learned that even though that the markets might be boring, there are trades to be had and they can be very profitable. I'm going to really quickly walk you through yesterday's price action because I think it's very beneficial for us to talk about. Then I will be moving on to talk really shortly about the market dynamics and then obviously give my opinion on the charts today. Although I can already tell you, really not that much has changed. But let me just really zoom into the analysis that we did yesterday. Let's just start off with that, shall we? So let me just clean up my chart and show exactly my unchanged analysis that I ended off the video with yesterday, where I said, okay, currently we're traveling in this channel. So 3 channels, right? This one in front of you is the smaller channel. Below that, it encompasses a bigger channel. And currently, or at least yesterday, we are trading within this white box. Now, before the move happened, right, I said we were literally here on the price action, where I said to myself, based off of the overall market structure, I am in a scalp short and I'm going to look furthermore to trade the range as it comes, whether we are going to travel to the top side first and I'm forced to take a loss on the scalp trade, or am I going to take a win and get the opportunity to get a long trade. Well, as you can already see, ladies and gentlemen, this was such a perfect scalp trade. Took a little bit longer in terms of time than I wanted to, but it was absolutely perfect. Because what happened, just a real quick recap, essentially I classed this point as the point of control in the middle of a local range, on top of signs of absorption that we saw going on there, made me take that short scalp trade. Did I expect lower prices from there on out? No, of course not. And the reason why I'm saying this is very important, because I'm trading against my slightly bigger time frame idea of trading this range. So therefore, the scalp trade, I was looking to close that off at the bottom of that channel. And look at what we have done. Even though we have front run this line really slightly, I would class this as, given the low liquidity environment that we have, as really nice. And as a matter of fact, that was the region I was looking to trade this trade to. Why and how did I close out of the trade precisely? For me, was very simple. Simply using some intraday volume levels. First of all, we had the VWAP. We also had then the bottom of this channel over here, where I was looking for that trade to close in the first place. And we have some Fibonacci levels lining up really nicely with the blue line that we've got going on here. And so I was able to close out my short trade for a pretty small profit. I actually have been trading a little bit on the competition account, but I'll get to that in a second. In the end, 0.5% trade, and I was able to look at the reaction over here, and me approaching this low of this channel more or less as a slight region allowed me to take a long, trading it back up literally to the middle of the range. I was out during the time that the take profit got hit, so I missed out on the short. However, that could have been yet another trade from the midline to the channel of this local of the channel, sorry, stumbling over my words here, from the midline of the channel back again towards the VWAP, then chopping around a little bit before once again we get a small rejection, and this time we actually busted through, where we now have arrived at the level that I was looking for originally yesterday. So guess what I did here? Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I once again took a short trade. I did take profit because to me has been proven that the VWAP has proven to be valid lately. Very valid even in this range. And take profit 1 has been hit, and now I'm simply ultimately just looking for just another rotation of this range, right? We have some levels in between, which is once again the midline, and ultimately we have again the lower level of the range, where I simply continue to look for trades once again until I either am forced to take a loss, or if I see the signs of weakness of strength that give me good reason to not take the trade. Until then, I'll simply continue doing so, just as I've done over the past week and a half or so during this series. And that leads me to the second point. For many people, they are starting to get bored in the market. And, let's be honest, we all have seen more volatile times on Bitcoin. But what I jokingly made a tweet about this yesterday, where I'm saying like, okay, some people call the markets boring, but in these times, this is where you can find the people who actually really know what they're doing, and the market is not really necessarily supposed to be exciting or boring. The market is there and serves one purpose and one purpose only, and that is for you to extract money from the market. You're not here for a roller coaster ride. If you are a serious and professional trader, you're not here for that. You're not here to get high on your emotions. You're simply here to look for opportunities, take your chances, put on some risk, extract money from the market, and simply move on. And we have had a really quiet range ever since our competition began. We have had multiple rotations, boring rotations, but we had rotations and we had trading opportunities, even though we have tightening price action where many people simply either get bored or just get lost in what to think of the market. Yet here on Crypto Compass, you have now seen how I've been approaching even the tightest ranges and proven that they can be traded, not only on the chart, but as you can see in the competition. I have been trading just to back up my statement. I did create this competition for you guys, but I do want to show you guys that what I'm saying is something that I practice what I preach. And as you can see, over the last 1.5 weeks on my competition account, I've been taking trades on and off here and there, shadow trading my main account here and there, so to speak. And currently, I have managed to get a profit of 47% in one single week. That is how you can trade smaller ranges, ladies and gentlemen. In any condition, under any circumstances of the market, there are always opportunities. And like I said before, I'm not showing this to brag, to boast, but to prove my statement that any market with the right knowledge and the right education, any market, no matter the asset, no matter the conditions, can be traded. That's a really important point that I wanted to make. And here we go. We are in a quiet range, and we have been simply identifying opportunities. Yes, they're not as big as, oh, this is a great trade from $26,000 to $50,000. That is true. But if you really look at things, we've had about, in 3 months' time, we've had about a 50% move to the upside from the November lows up till the 31 highs. This is about 100% move to the upside. With good risk management in a quiet, about 3% range, maybe more, maybe less, with given, not gonna lie, the account size is fairly small, so I did use leverage, but I did not use excessive leverage, right? And I used adequate risk management just as I would with my normal main trading accounts, simply trading in the places where everybody either is scared, bored, or just simply turns to gambling because the market lacks direction. This is how we roll, ladies and gentlemen. So, wanted to cover that, and then lastly, I want to cover an important topic, which has to do with adapting to market dynamics. Because even though I've identified a channel and levels are really well respected, right? However, due to the how should I put this? Due to the slower price action than normal, we have seen some of the levels have been front ran a little bit. Or for example, this one, we did not hit the exact bottom of the channel. And as a matter of fact, just prior to that, we actually overshot it just a little bit, right? And now again, we've had this again. And overall, as a matter of fact, we've had this also here and a couple more times. Now, this is where I would say the the professional separates itself from the enthusiast, because you have to adapt to a change of market dynamics. And this is not a macro changing dynamic that from now on forever the market will react like that. No, but what characterizes this particular range is that while the levels are respected, they're more to be seen as smaller regions rather than looking for these exact touches, because as you can see, this might overshoot a little bit or even front run a little bit and then actually make the move that you anticipated. So me recognizing that, now telling it to you, makes it so that I have been trading a little bit more lenient with my regions. So I'm not after the perfect sniper entry in this scenario. I'm more leaning towards building a trade over slightly more entries as we reach the zone of interest. And that has worked very, very, very well. Now, obviously, when the range is going to break eventually, inevitably, we will start most likely a new trend, be it within the range between $26,000 and $30,000. There will be new characteristics shown in that, and the sooner you realize and accept that is the fact, and you recognize it and work around that, that is how you actually can get into the markets before anyone else. That is where you can find an edge. So that is really what I wanted to get off my chest. And the markets being quiet for now, we did got the move we wanted, right? I thought this was also a really good opportunity to, give you some of my thoughts on market conditions and situations, and just to manage your expectations from the markets a little bit. The markets are not always fun. They don't have to be, right? They don't have to always be volatile. If you really know what you're doing with the right knowledge and the right education and the right interpretation, you can trade anything. Left, right, center, doesn't matter which asset it is. In this case, we are looking at Bitcoin, but you can do this with any asset on any market. So hopefully this has been helpful for you. I noticed that I have been talking pretty much in one breath, so I will end the video soon. Let me give you a really quick summary of what I'm looking for today. Sideways channel, still ongoing. Finally reached the region of interest where I was looking to take a short, which I am now currently in on my main account. Not on my spot account, because in the end I hope that you guys beat me, because I want you guys to win, not myself. That would be weird. So please guys, win. Beat me. And looking at this channel, currently in a short, simply continuing to trade the range. Are there chances to see slightly higher prices? Yes, they definitely are. The reason why I took this trade, by the way, forgot to mention that, not only because this is the top of the channel, but the exact reason why I took the trade was simply that we have hit this point of control that was from a few days ago never really got retested. Now that has been tested, we started hanging around there, and as you can see, for today we have so far been building the majority of the volume over there as well, and now we've lost that, making this quite significant resistance for today, which is set at 27,400 precisely. So that for me now is important resistance. I would say if we break or breach that once again, which is set around here, then I would class the chances of actually getting that move to the top of the channel, if not taking out this high, that would be also very great, where I would once again be looking for a short again, albeit with a slightly different approach. So this is more of my standard range trading strategy, and this would be much more a price action type of strategy, where I would be looking for a swing failure type of trade. For the downside, well, simply I'm in my short, so for the downside I'm simply looking to close out of my trade around here. Of course, we'll be taking profits along the way, and simply go from there with similar approaches. You know, if we approach there on low volume, I am definitely looking to trade yet another rotation. If you really start increasing, getting a lot of shorts, getting a lot of people really pushing price down and not reclaiming anything shortly afterwards, then I might pull my hands off of this and accept the fact that this might be the moment that the range maybe breaks, and we will and I'm simply just gonna have to make a new plan and go from there. Maybe we need to wait a day or so for new data to form, you know. So bottom line, I have been and I will be making my plan in advance, and I will, even if something unexpected happens, then I will not just rush straight into a trade. It's then time to just really, well, I would recommend wait for the Crypto Compass episode that is coming next. But if you're already in the process of learning yourself and doing things yourself, then I would say just lean back and, you know, make a plan first before you head back into the battlefield. And with that, I think it's a great moment to tune out. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. Have a really great day. Trade safe, and see you guys in the next one. Cheers.